Right, everyone, we're swimming out here. I'm here with our kloppies, the man, the myth, the legend himself, on a little boogie board setup of mine. We're on a massive shore dive mission. On our way out to sea, we're going to swim down for about a K, and then we'll see what we can do. Hopefully shoot a fish. I'll check you guys out there.
So on the first dive of the day, on the bottom, I could see there was some nice visibility waiting for us. However, there was a very cold thermocline this day due to an east wind blowing, so the bottom water was around 15 degrees Celsius, which was not very fun.
What? Cold. Tropical.
Yes!
On Noah's very first dive of the day, I heard his gun go off.
Big Lucy dive. I fucking missed it.
Really?
Yes, you're swimming away from me.
Big one.
Okay?
Big one.
4 kilo, 5 kilo.
I did a dive to get to the bottom to see if the fish was still there, but it was long gone.
Man, I'm so worried. As I was diving down, he just swam underneath me, but he was like already spooking swimming away. So I had that angle at him, and I shot just much in front of me. Like the whole angle I had on him was that much from his head to his tail. He was like away from me. And I fucking just missed him. Yes, it was. Fuck, I should have shot him on the way down. He just swam underneath me, but like a board of it is massive. Oh,
Looking fishier.
eh?
Looking fishier.
My man, this Lucy, he's gone down, but fuck you.
After some time, me and Noah stumbled across a few caves, which held a bunch of Cape knifejaws, or parrots as we call them. And I decided, after doing multiple dives looking for bigger fish, that I wanted to take 2 parrots to make fish sausages or kebabs for the braai. Right here, the biggest fish in the cave gave me a chance, but I hesitated and it swam to the back of the cave. Now, I was going to hunt for him. He was by far the biggest one in the cave and he gave me a chance. Luckily, with a nice spine shot like that, it makes extracting the fish quite easy. And here, it is important to take into account that no fish and no piece of gear is worth your life. If you are running out of breath and you're in a situation where the fish is still stuck in the bottom or something, leave it and come back. Luckily, I still have enough air left over to extract the fish all in one dive. The next fish, however, different story, but you'll see that now. When I got to the bottom of this dive, I saw this beautiful shell on the ground and I wanted to take it back for my girlfriend, but it was occupied, so I left it right there. One of the things that I love about spearfishing is how selective you are able to be. While I'm lying here on the bottom, I see a bunch of these Cape knifejaws, and all of them are decent sized fish, but I'm looking for one of the bigger fish because I don't want to shoot 3 little ones. I'll rather shoot 2 big ones and have the same amount of meat. And while I'm lying there, a big young brain approaches from the other side of the cave, but I decided to let it go because I was not going after him now, because I was looking for specific fish to braai that weekend. Seeing so many of these Cape knifejaw in this cave, it's absolutely amazing. That means this reef is a very healthy ecosystem. You can also hear the reef crackling the whole time. I decided to take the one that was there in the back of the cave, since it was probably the second biggest one that was over there. And I waited and then locked onto it and waited for it to come out on the other side of that rock. And out comes this fat, plump looking little parrot, and it learned. Due to me spending so much time on the bottom, after shooting that fish, I knew that I wasn't going to be able to pull it out in one dive. So I left the spear down there and swam for the surface to get some new air. Retrieving a fish from a cave can be very dangerous, so I do not recommend doing this unless you are a very experienced diver and you've done stuff like this before. So please don't try what I'm doing at home. The flopper on the spear opened and was stuck in a cave, so I had to go and grab the spear itself to turn it to get the flopper to come out. And I absolutely turned this fish into a society already, and Noah had something to say about that when I got to the surface. As I was going up, the line wrapped around the rock again, but this time I was out of breath, so I just left the fish down there and got it a dive later.
Yeah, he's ready for society.
Noah then told me about a red Roman that was in a cave and it was blind in its left eye. So he wanted to shoot it, but his gun is too long for the situation, so I took my gun that only has a little rubber loaded and I went to go and have a look. Once again, I was lucky enough to pull this fish out on the same dive and didn't have to come back to try and get it. Here you can clearly see the blind eye on the left hand side of the fish.
He's not that big, but he's blind, so
Yeah, that's why I shot him.
it's a VJ fish.
Okay.
While I was busy breathing up, I heard Noah call me from the surface, and then I looked up and he had a fish.
Come to a dive here.
What's that? Pussy.
There's like 100 hotties here in this hole. Insane. He's not as big as I thought, but he's legal. There's like a shoal of 100 hotties around me. Insane.
While I was lying on the surface, this is when things turned a little bit for the day, and there was a bit more action than anticipated.
Now, first, you see him. Of a raggy.
The shark obviously smelled the blood of the fish that we had shot, so it came in to see if it could steal some of our fish, and we were not having it.
I jabbed the twice. Pull the fish closer now.
Huh?
Pull the fish closer. The fish. On your float.
What?
There's a of a raggy. Get the fish.
Noah was so preoccupied with the tangle that he had that he was not comprehending a single word of what I was saying. And then right after that, we put the fish on the boogie board. If you look back at this footage, you'll see I gave it a light poke at first, and then after that light poke, the shark turned around. And then I didn't want it to bite me, so I hit it very hard on the second time. And look at the bend in that spear. This push actually bent my spear and broke the muzzle of my spear gun. While I was lying on the surface, I heard Noah's gun go off again, and I waited for him to surface.
Really? Load fish. Fuck, nice. I just hear a gun go. You know, you're an absolute twat for that. I was about to go down.
Fuck, I thought you were so sorry, man.
Yo, you wound on you. How big is he? He looks big.
In the distance that were legal, eh?
Punsies.
And lots of hotties.
Let me see.
Eh?
Let me see the fish. Nice.
It's a nice spot, man. Eh?
That's a good one.
Yeah. But there's legal punsies and hotties that were like on the edge of my line. They just come in.
With conditions sounding so fishy, I went down to go and have a look, and this dive made this shore dive so much more worth it. As I got to the bottom and I looked up, I saw Miss Lucy approaching me, and then when I looked to the right of it, there was an even bigger one. I lined up and took the shot. Here is an important point to note. Noah has never shot one of these. So as I swim to the surface, I give him our signal to say, dive down, there's another fish for you to shoot.
Two Miss Lucy's, I shot one.
Oh, fuck. Fuck, that's not loaded. Fuck, it's a nice fish.
As I'm pulling up the fish, you will see that my spear is sitting low in its cheek, even though I was aiming at its brain. This was actually due to my spear being bent from the shark.
Yes, that's awesome, bro. Well done. Yes. Good for you, man. Yo.
There's another one.
I've still got this one.
Grab my roller, grab my roller.
Okay.
What I mean by saying grab my roller is I meant grab my roller gun on my float so that he could try and go down and shoot the other fish that was down there with this fish. This fish with its orange colors are absolutely beautiful.
Well, I'll keep the little yeah then. Let's get it. How do you up?
Just give you, just go. Load the gun and go.
Spoiler alert, Noah did in fact not get the other fish that was down there with my fish. With us spending so much time in the ice cold water and kicking and swimming so far, my legs started to cramp on this dive, and it just made for a funny moment of me just hovering mid-water and just looking around and still seeing nothing in the ice cold water.
I reckon we must move a bit more this way with those crazy stuff, boy.
On this dive, another Miss Lucy approached me, but with the limit being one per person per day, I did not shoot it, but I tried to get gloppies to come down and try and get it.
Kloppies! Het draapt het zoals Lucy, ja. Ja, do a drop.
Big one.
Size.
Spoiler alert, gloppies did in fact also not get this Miss Lucy. Here is just a couple of funny moments of me getting to the surface after being in ice cold water and complaining about it.
Sure, I'm heading in short, but I can't even dive down there. Like when I hit the bottom, my whole...
It's cold!
I swear it's gotten colder.
I think it feels like it has. Oh!
It is so cold down there. Do you think it's gotten colder or we just gotten soft?
Both.
We just headed back in.
Thank you everyone for watching. If you want to see more, please subscribe and please like the video. Enjoy the rest of your day. Cheers for now.